Checking if my mic works here. Check. Hello, everybody. Getting set up and ready for the next NA tournament game. Hello, hello, hello. Slowly but surely we'll start filling in the slots. We brought it down a little bit earlier today than we usually do. 2 hours earlier to be in fact. Coming through. Nope, I don't think all the slots have filled up. I'm just gonna double check these. So do feel free, come play. Again, $25 to the winner. We had more signups than we did last time, which is fortunate. Kind of a hard time for a lot of people. The last previous one. Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, I'm excited. Some solid people in the signups. We have notes in the signups. Harkiri's notes and Harkiri in the lobby. Talks in the lobby. Happy Feet in the signups. Derican and Mystique in the signups. Mystique also in the lobby. Love it. Excited. I'm excited. NA tournament. Risk game coming up. 15 minutes early, so do what you gotta do. We're gonna do 60 minutes for the timer. Because anything else, I think, is a little bit too whack. 30 minutes is too fast in my opinion, especially for a tournament game, and then honestly anything after that is just mind-numbingly long. So thank you, MicroHive, for implementing that system for us. We love it. It's the best thing ever, and I actually cringe when people don't hit it now. So thank you, MicroHive. Appreciate all the work that you do. And gearing up. Again, if you did not join, or if you did not sign up, just hit the sign up real quick and then join the game. Anyone is welcome. We don't have a full slot list, but so anyone's welcome to come. Oh, I'm excited actually. Last week we had the S tier game, so we didn't have the Risk NA tournament. S tier game was won by Trusty, an absolute fucking legend. I think some people mentioned if you win that one, you just automatically become S tier. I almost agree, because that lobby was absolutely fucking stacked. Some really good players hopping in now. Dat King 70. I don't know how to say Janny Rana's name. And Fire. Fire's a great player. I'm already excited for this. Again, not all the slots filled, so any and all are welcome. I think we had 15 people sign up for sure. So a few slots definitely open for any and all who'd like to come. Oh, I can't spell. Whatever. Some names filling up here. Isharia, Hippie, Kogified, Napo. Love to see some of these names. Some of them signed up, I think, actually. Arkiri saying this might be his first NA tourney win. Definitely has a bunch of NA tourney wins. I'm sorry, EU tourney wins, as well as a bunch of top 5 for Harakiri. I'd be willing to bet that Harakiri has one of the, if not the most amount of top 5 finishes for the tournaments. You always see him up there. He's always a huge pumper. Always does something. Definitely a player that's a force to be reckoned with. Yep. I'm gonna just do some things to make sure all my stream stuff is working. Got people joining in on Twitch and YouTube. Love to see it. Again, not full. The sign-up sheets are not full, so if you'd like to join this lobby, feel free. I know the title says NA. You don't have to be NA specifically, just mostly the NA time slot. We we did move the time. We're probably going to be sticking to this time. So that's 6 p.m. EST, and I believe it's 0 CET, if I'm not mistaken. Just so everybody can have a little bit better chance of joining. Some people were saying 8 p.m. EST was a little bit too late, which I kind of agree. Super, super excited. Again, bunch of solid names in here. Slowly but surely we're filling up. I think we'll probably leave at this rate right at the timer, so that'll be nice. Notes being the best in hosting this for us. Actually, Notes I think is on his 3rd time. I don't know if he's a 3-time winner. Let me check. I think he might have 3 out of like the 5 games that we've played. I believe Notes has won 3 of them. 2-time. Okay, gotcha. But still, crazy. He's definitely one to watch. Harkir. I think the people that I'm here to watch the most. Notes saying 3 times soon. Absolutely. Definitely Notes, Harakiri, Tox, or Neil Complex, and Fire. Those are the 4 players that I'm seeing right now that probably have the best chance to win. Cokefied, solid player. Dat King, solid player. I think I see Jan here a lot. Jan, I don't know how to say that. So excited to see what they do. But I don't think I've played enough games to know for sure. Harakiri trolling a little bit in chat. Excited to go. Who will host? Yeah, Harkir saying asking hype for the caster. Thank you, Robert. Thank you so much. Hopefully we get a hype game. Again, last game in this time slot was was the S tier lobby. So I'm really hoping that we can live up to that because that was an insane game. We won, yeah, Trusty won, and Soxu battling it out. I mean, so many good names there. So we're hoping to give a good show. Notes being the #1 NA tourney winner at the moment. And I'm thinking, I don't know, I mean, he's a really good shot winning this one. Choxy joining, Hippie back here. Well, I probably should do a names. Oh no, I forgot about that. I gotta get better with that. So you guys want to join? Slowly filling up, 18 out of 24. Looking for those last few slots. Again, anyone is allowed to join. Slots aren't completely full on the tourney sheet. Totally excited to see anybody come. Not NA specific. Yeah, surely filling up. Got people joining up the lobby, 1824. Again, some really great names. Notes being the back-to-back defender. Harakiri, though, out for blood. Harakiri always looking for wins. He's playing. Oh, it's Wolverine. Holy shit. Oh, I love to see it. Wolverine's popping up. I love Wolverine. Actually, a community favorite he is, to be honest with you. He's always in the chat, always doing things. He plays a lot in these games. One of them, I'm not sure if he won one or not, to be honest. I forget. But we love him. He's the best. Trying to get hyped. I think Tox has won a couple of games in the EU lobby. Harakiri's definitely won a few in the EU. And honestly, I think that's it for the tournament winners. So NA EU tournament winners, I think it's just these 3 here. You got Notes, Harakiri, and Neo Complex. All 3 fabulous players. Oh, and Trusty, just kidding. We have the S tier winner. I think we called him officially the Lisan Al Gaib. So he is definitely one to watch out for as he slaughtered everybody in the last map. So hopefully, I mean, I always want an NA person to win this, but back-to-back Saturday wins for Trusty would be sick. #21 out of 24 going to be starting soon. The timer is at 6. Logified saying he's fired up over and asking people how they are. I'm excited. Again, solid player. Snowball's been here a few times. I see him play a lot in the just regular pub lobbies. I don't think I've seen him play too many games in the U tournaments. But again, happy to see anybody and all here. Huge amount of names here. some people that I'm not too familiar with, like Hippie, I'm not too familiar with. Medieval Toad. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen this one. Makasan, I think I've seen a couple times. Isharia, I see quite a bit. Anatar, I see quite a bit. Abo, I've seen a few. But most of these names I'm pretty familiar with. But again, I think Pitigru and Hippie and Medieval are the two that I'm actually are first times for me. So excited to see what they can do. I'm loving to see more and more names. I feel like every week I just see brand new names popping up I've never seen, and not only do I see brand new names popping up, I also see them playing rather well, which is awesome. The skill gap is raising in pub lobbies, and we love to see it. 22 out of 24, 2 slots left open in this. We got 6 minutes. I'm sorry, yeah, 6 minutes until we're about to start. We might start a little bit early, so if you're not here, get here quickly. DM me if you are on the list. Prio slots go to those who are on the list. Just at me in chat in the Discord or just DM me personally, and I'll make sure you get in here. Um, yeah, we're excited here. Ooh, it looks like a full lobby now. Guy, Enzo. I'm going to say basically wait 2 minutes, and then we're going to start here. Notes again, not only is a two-time champion, he's also hosting this for us today, which we love him for. Some people not showing up from the signups, so again, if you are on the sign-up sheet, please feel free to DM me. We'll get you into this game, but you have not much longer, about 60 seconds. So sure to throw that out to me. We're going to start soon. Again, Pumper names. Again, two more names I don't think I've seen before. I don't know how to say that. Guy and Enzo. So I think that brings up to 5 people I've never really seen before, but the rest are, great players. Going to do a 60-minute overtime just because I think that gives better tournament games. Is there any signups that I wait for? I mean, not personally. I'm not going to sit there and unless they're like, hey, I'm running 2 minutes late. Then yeah, I'd hold the spot for them. 100%. Anybody. It doesn't have to be anybody in specific. But if not, we're just gonna probably get going soon. I'm excited. I want to see blood. I've played playing Risk all day today, and now I just kind of want to sit back and watch people murder each other. Yep. Cash in this game. Very excited to keep this going. I think this is now our 4th or 5th weekly FFA NA game. So excited to see that we still got people signing up all the time. He used to suck, but now he's a good guy. Thank you, Harakiri. I love it. Yeah, I mean, we've been pretty active with these. Last week we did was our bye week, I guess you could say, just because we had the S tier tournament. Great game. If you haven't seen it yet, please go to the YouTube live. I think we have 2 perspectives. We have both Derriger's perspective. He played a little bit and then got out and then commentated the rest of it. And then there's also the, I guess the official, Red Blood cast of it. I'm sorry, not Red Blood. Red Beard cast of it. So make sure to check that on live and then also check out the video. Very cool to see both perspectives like that. Yep, and then pretty much good to go. Starting the game up, ready to see how this goes. Notes start being the best in hosting this for us. I'm excited. Super freaking excited. Trusty, I actually didn't see if he was still in here. Trusty, obviously the winner of last week's S tier tournament. And we're excited to see what he can do today. A lot of solid names, Harakiri, Notes. I forgot to write down the names. Oh, fuck. If anyone can do me the biggest solid ever, and maybe go to the start of this and maybe write down the names, I will be internally into your debt. But here we go. We got people deciding where they want to go. Navy's got a pretty decent spot here to go from. All 3 empty cities right here, which is kind of crazy. Wales being one man by Red. Mint doing the cheeky Albania. I struggle with this, so I'm going to be looking out for Mint. because that's really hard for me to do. Orange and Maroon doing kind of an what unpopular way of taking these bases. Oh, and we got the immediate gray-yellow beef happening here. We got pink finishing up, and Montenegro being done by DG. We got red going into Belgium. He also picked up Wales. Teal gets Scotland, and this is going to be dicey. This is a cursed position. I've been in this position twice today already. Where you just have kind of a crazy start here. Orange looking like he's struggling here. He's not going to get this base. He doesn't have the time, and he looks like he might even. Well, he doesn't end up losing it. Gray does get that last one man in. Purple ends up taking Corsica and Sardinia, which is great. Novaya being one man, just going to get that last one. I said one man. It was definitely two. This was a very cheeky play by Brown. He got this Palestine base, which really makes it a pullback by Turquoise and Netherlands. Crazy. I don't think Red saw it. That's +2 for Turquoise, and he does get that gold advantage there. So Teal does look like he's pushing into France. DG finishing up in Serbia. Navy did do something with this, which is really great. You'd love to see this great start from Navy. Looks like Brown and Maroon are going to have beef here. Might be dangerous because it does look like he's going for this snipe here. Maybe just doesn't see it. It's not going to have enough damage to do it. Maybe one tick. Oh, just barely. But Brown does see this. He does capitalize. He's probably going to take this, and that's a nice take from him. Something he really need to do to keep that fight going in his favor. Looks like Violet taking up Africa, LB in both Portugal, Spain, and Catalonia. He hasn't started Spain. Red does finish up taking this, but he loses. I'm not sure what happened here. I wish I saw it. He knighted. I don't even know what's going on. So Teal both in Scotland. I'm just making sure. No, that's Turquoise. Yeah, Turquoise in Scotland and I guess Netherlands. I don't blame you. He just knighted you for some unknown reason. Brown going in and probably just trying to get himself the best position that he can. This is kind of cursed. This is going to take a lot of your APM, a lot of your time, a lot of your beginning gold to not really get much done here. A lot of happening in the Russian territory. Peach picking up north. Blue having a good push into the rest of Russia, to be honest with you. Emerald trying to get up central. I don't know. I didn't see this. He knight pushed into Jordan, which was great. He did end up getting that, which helped a lot. Mint pushing into Macedonia right now. Looks like DG does see it. Decent surround by Mint. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. This is going to be a decent hold as long as he just keeps getting that bounty. And Mint, this is struggling for Mint because I think Mint then, he has Greenland at the moment, but it's not going to be enough income, I think, to push this. Navy ends up getting up Poland. No one's in Germany yet, which is kind of insane. A lot of free land still open. Ukraine's still open. I mean, Turkey's still open. Just a lot of fighting going on. Gray slowly but surely getting the land down south here. Love to see him kind of get a little bit of a late start there, but especially saying good luck bye. I think that he just meant that he's going to start playing, so he's in this game somewhere. Somewhere would love to see a trusty A ship being pulled out by Mint. This is not enough still. This looks... Yeah, DG's going to be able to defend this. He does pick this up. It's going to be a rough fight for Mint here because his income's going to be cut. Wheat looks like he's about to get dropped down by Green. Green going to do a nice push into here. I don't even think Wheat sees it. We got two people out already, Napo and Guy, both out of the tourney. I think, yeah, I don't even know what happened here. Teal ended up coming up from Isle of Man to finish up Turquoise. And then Red picked up Netherlands, Belgium. France being pushed in by Purple on Teal. It does look a little bit doomed for Teal. He probably spent too much gold up here for some reason. And now Purple's going to be able to kind of snatch all this. I didn't even see this. Light Blue did kind of get destroyed here by Violet in Spain, so I'm assuming he just kind of came up from Africa, pushed in. Happy feet. I'm so sorry. You're right. We did start a little bit early. It was just a couple of minutes early. I'm so sorry about that. Brown now getting kind of double teamed by Gray, and I don't hate this from Gray. I mean, you saw them kind of fighting early. You know that Brown has a forever enemy in Maroon. He's kind of doing what he has to do to survive. We have a big fight happening from Purple and Teal. Teal's probably not going to be able to do much in here, to be honest with you. This fight is, again, more doomed than it was prior, as Light Blue looking for a home, just doing whatever he can. DG and Mint looks like they're on their last legs as Navy kind of finishes up Germany, sees what he has to do, and pushes into dark green. Brown doing a decent hold here. These trees are kind of working in his favor. It looks like Gray's trying to focus fire on this knight. He is going to get it because Brown's not paying attention. But, you know, that did... a lot of these units died for that night, so maybe it was worth it, probably not. Purple becoming teamed by Violet. Oh, that's crazy. Again, I love this. You see these battles early game. If you are sitting there fighting, you really want to make sure that every single one of your fights that you pick is something that you can win fast. Otherwise, stuff like this happens. You know, Maroon couldn't or Brown couldn't fight Maroon fast, and Purple couldn't kill Teal fast, and now they're getting teamed to death. So you really want to make sure that you're taking up strategic fights. Cole fighting for his goddamn life in Sweden and Norway. Red doing a good push, doing what he can to get into the. It looks like Blue's going to be teaming him, taking up Sammy. It does look like the death of Cole as well. DG, you did play great. You had some good defenses. It's just, yeah, there's not much you could do here. Even this is a decent hold. He got a nice surround here, but he does have the mortars. He does have Mint helping him. Yellow is out. I didn't even see Tox. He must have FF'd or something. Does leave. Got a lot of good things happening. Brown pushing in. Oh, you know, he's defending. Maybe they pieced? I did not see this. I assume they pieced because otherwise Maroon would be kind of barreling into this. Wheat getting up Turkey. Emerald having a really good push into Lithuania, Kaliningrad. Also having a decent amount of income. Trusty is out. Trusty being light blue. I believe he had France. No, he didn't actually. No, he had Spain. So Violet came in and cleaned Trusty out very early there. So that's rough to see. Trusty again was the winner of the S tier tournament, so he's obviously a great player. Some lots happening all across the map. It looks like Emerald is fighting. I'm not sure what's happening here. It looks like Emerald is finishing up orange. Violet finishing up purple in Switzerland. Lavender just looking for homes and place to live. This fight, again, like I said, if Shoxy is out, was cold. It looks like there was kind of an alliance here for a second, unspoken, by blue and red to kill Cole. So Navy finished up DG here. DG just doing whatever he can to get out of here. And map's starting to calm down just a little bit, it looks like. Teal again somehow got Normandy. And purple just doing a last bit dive here, asking Teal for Normandy. I wouldn't do this. You know, I wouldn't do this because you're just going to piss off Violet. He's so much bigger than you. He's probably already eyeing your land. He has all of his spawns here. You just kill purple. Yeah, you just let him go. There's no real point in keeping him alive. Looks like Navy is just surrounding DG at this point. He still can't kill me. DG again did a great job defending. He even when he was defending against both, he had a really good solid line. Taking the view, yeah, shame you couldn't make it. Sorry to say. I did start a little bit early, so that could have been my fault. So I apologize for that. I just got excited. So we see Wheat losing a little bit of income here from DG. Wheat not really doing much about it. A little confused by that. Blue and red still having like their piece. I don't know if they made this verbal. I didn't actually see it or not. Green did taking all of Greenland. Yeah, Mint finds a home here, and I guess, you know, as Navy you want. The only way I think that this works is if you just want like a little bit of a barrier between you and the Southlands. Didn't see if there was a piece here, but I think it probably was as Brown comes up and starts pushing back into Wheat. I do think Brown was trying to get this, so I'm wondering if Wheat did end up taking this from Brown before he could kind of complete it off there. So maybe some revenge here. Wheat, again, he didn't do anything to defend against DG, and it's just... We're still going on? I don't even know. Navy and Violet piece, even though they really don't have too much of a border here. Brown looking like he's trying to kill some of these knights here from Wheat. Wheat kind of feeding them a little bit. Prototype asking if Easter's in the tournament. No, he is not in this tournament today. So we got Wheat still kind of, yeah, a little bit of rough fighting here. He's got a good surround. Brown's kind of pushing in. DG still fighting Mint, having his forever war, but again, this bishop's going to be pretty much all that Mint needs to finish this little group off. SS coming out of Maroon. Bold play there, maybe to kill Lavender. Lavender does have more income, though, so it probably is cursed if Lavender responds. And just kidding, Navy kind of pushes into Lavender from the north. Maroon pushing him from the south. Medieval Toad was Wheat. We see some action possibly happening from Emerald, probably going to be pushing into Brown. Again, they probably pieced here. I just didn't happen to see it. Teal looks like he's gearing up for something. Not exactly sure. Blue, oh, I didn't see this. Yeah, blue just kind of strong-arming red into taking Norway. This is a cursed fight. If they fight here, they both kind of lose unless red does a bad job of holding this. Because really, you don't really. I mean, this is a lot easier to hold for people. If Red decided to make some SS, it'd just be kind of simple to hold this for a while with his minimum income. So a little bit cursed here. DG kind of just being a running champion, going from base to base and just looking for anything to hold on to. It does look like Violet pushes into Teal here with an SS push, a great push from here. It does come from Switzerland. Most of these are spawns, so even if he does lose them, it's not even a big deal. Teal just doing the complete back. Probably going to go live in Ireland for the rest of his days. Maroon pushing in here. Looks like Lavender did just give up Moldova and Romania, so he chose to defend Crete, which I don't know. I don't think that's a bad play. You were already fighting. It does look like he's going to get the snipe on Maroon, which is tragic. You really want to pull these back faster and sooner because you don't want to have any... Oh my gosh. He does make the B ship though too. I didn't even notice that one. Violet finishing up. Yeah, he's just trying to get these ships loaded up, trying to make sure that he can get all of the units that he can saved. Maroon looking in trouble here now that his SS is gone. Does lose the SS advantage. Brown asking Emerald for peace, and you know Brown's been struggling. I think he's fought 3 people now. He fought Gray, Maroon, and Wheat. So yeah, definitely not in a position to be fighting the 3rd biggest income on the map. Definitely when they have the base advantage. Base advantage being that they can just spawn from 5 bases while you're struggling to spawn from these 2, plus the curve. And it does, yeah, this is going to look cursed. We've got 3 dropships and an SS dropping on this Turkey port soon. Lavender does pick up Cyprus, and then Violet finally picking up Normandy as his bounty. I missed the red-blue. I know Red asked him for peace, and then Blue responded with, please give me Norway, so it does look like that happened. Ray just leaving. Huh. He just SS. Not sure what happened there. He just straight up decided it wasn't worth his time or something, but he's out of the game. Might see Lavender try to pick up these lands. 2 SS, 4 transports, or I'm sorry, 5 transports and a dream as Violet starts chasing down Teal. Yeah, and these tournament games, you really want to make sure people die. So I don't hate people really focusing the death or the kill. Prototype saying, what a scrub Easter G is always AFK with tournaments. These NA tournaments, I don't think he's played in an NA tournament again, or yet, but I think he is almost in every EU tournament that we do. So it does look like Lav again is just picking off the remains and the carcass of the FF'd Gray. Does look like a really cursed position for Brown. I don't know how I feel entirely about Emerald pushing this, just because Blue is pretty big. If all your troops are out and about down south and you're wasting money, Blue's only getting bigger. He's getting stronger. He's getting more gold. And this is going to be tough for you to hold against Brown. Even he doesn't have a lot of gold. He doesn't have a lot of units, but this is kind of a tough place to be, and it's kind of a gold sink. Looks like Teal, Green giving Teal Svalbard, which might come and bite Green in the butt. I don't think Vile is going to commit to the, yeah, he says, to Green, because it's kind of troll, right? It's kind of like, oh, you just gave somebody I'm trying to kill land, so, but again, maybe Green's safe because this is a long way from home from Violet, and it's a little bit dangerous to be, a dangerous spot to be in. So we have Emerald just cutting trees. Oh, gosh, I forgot. DG, you really did your best. I can't blame anything that happened. None of it was your fault. You're just trying to win, or trying to live here, and you did a decent job defending against Mint and Davy. So I really hope you can get out of this, but it's not looking likely as he owns all these cities. Just gonna go on a blaze of glory. Maybe target some of these guys, these majors. Yeah, it looks like. Oh, he does get the knight out. So he might might come and get. Ooh, I didn't even see that Emerald had this. Teal does take this from Emerald, which Emerald's not going to be able to do much about. He does lose everything here, and he lost a lot of health. So I don't even know if that he'll be able to get another base. Lavender does clean up again. The FF'd Gray. Red's still kind of just relaxing. The mint's kind of, I'm sorry, the map's just kind of dying down here. A little bit of. Maybe a little bit of action from Emerald. Yeah, I do call everything cursed. I can't help that. If people are dying, first thing that I think of that king you did pretty good. Again, like I said, you just had a bad position here. Not your fault. Navy came in from the top, Mint came from the bottom, and just sandwiched. I'm thinking Emerald's going to be pushing in soon into Brown. He does. Oh, it does look like he's trying to finish off Maroon. It does look like Maroon's going to die here. He does get the tank off, which was questionable. I think that was all of his gold. He has 1 gold left. Um, yeah, and all it would really take is a couple mortars from this base here and just kind of slowly but surely whittle this down. Um, didn't see this. I think Navy gave Bulgaria to Mint. A little bit of sitting now as we out here. Yeah, Maroon's looking like he's trying to run. Emerald slowly getting all these trees up. Maroon still on the nomad timer. Just looking for action on the board right now. We're a little bit cozying up, a little bit sitting. I kind of predict that Violet kills Red next. He has the SS here. He has the spawns just to put in. There's not going to be much, unless Blue helps, there's not going to be anything much Red can do. And it looks like he's already kind of committed to the north. Your enemy is in the north. The person who gave land to your enemy is in the north. So that's kind of what I would do. It's going to take a little bit for Emerald to... Oh, it looks like he's probably gearing up. Who knows if it's for red? It could be for green. Could be for anybody. Red just asking green if they want to fight. Same income. I like that. That's honorable, you know. Oh, did Brown... Oh, this is Maroon. I didn't even see this. Maroon did FF. Had that last tank here. The last vestige of the Maroon Empire. Emerald clearing up trees here. And then big drops. Probably for green. Yeah. I mean, again, you give land to somebody you know for a fact has been... is on Violet's shit list, right? Giving him land really just only puts him on your shit list as well. But who knows? Maybe just for... He says just going for teal, so maybe. We have some roars, and then we had some counter roar, or some dispels in there. Like to see that. No real backline coming from Brown here. Just a couple mortars. Tanks coming in. Not a huge backline from him as well. No healers from the both players. So they're just going to keep poking each other. But again, the longer that you poke here, just the more you're setting yourself up for success. The longer that Emerald waits and doesn't really commit to this fight, the more that, you know, it might look juicy. Ooh, does he see this? Again, Brown still has some gold here, so he could just defend this easily, but it does look like he's not paying attention. It looks like he's too busy poking. Does he get this off? This is kind of tragic. You really don't want to see this. He does... Well, that's crazy. He does see the bottom base, but yeah, this is going to be a good push for Emerald. He's doing this the correct way. He got this bottom base. He just has to take... Oh, I didn't even see this. What's going on? Navy pushing in. I think just trying to clear up Lavender. Lavender getting Crimea there. But again, this is a good push because your SS can get some support into Lebanon. Brown trying to get some knights into Lebanon. It does eventually do it, so that's going to be very beneficial for him. Sorry, Teal getting mopped up by Violet, but he just kind of just throws everything into Moscow. Lots of tanks coming in. SS support. This is kind of a base that you want to avoid defending at this point, just because he does have that surround. He does have this SS, and he's going to have a really good U here. So I don't know if it's worth fighting in this angle. You're going to lose more than you get. Lavender, probably an accident. Navy pushing in here. Just kind of cleaning up anything that he can. Mint taking up Malta probably was given to him. Again, this is not a great position for Brown. I think, I mean, no matter what, you're kind of in a position that you're not going to be able to come back from unless somebody helps you drastically. Yeah, Night Rush from Emerald, a lot of gold from Emerald, and it's looking like the last legs for Brown here. Tanks go down, big old Night Rush, and it's going to be a GG. Blue cleaning up Teal. Again, a lot of Teal running. I think he's got gold. He's got a little bit of gold, so I don't know if I would have... I think I would have wanted a pirate, to be honest with you. Russia can be a lonely, cold place, so having a pirate to help you kind of... Abbo, you did pretty good. Honestly, I think you fought 4 people. Probably the most that somebody's fought in this game so far. And yeah, unfortunately, that last one was just somebody who was, you know, top of the leaderboard, second to the leaderboard. Ishira, I'm not sure how to say that name. You played pretty well. Oh, green getting pushed in by red. Red committing to the SS. Green not having really the gold that he can do anything about it. I didn't see. Maybe he had more SS and green lost him because I did not. He'll saying red and green fighting about to have Vio eat them, which is very true. And he says red, I piece Violet, but that doesn't really mean much in Risk. You never know what's going on through somebody's brain. So maybe pushing into Libya looks like a very slow push, maybe not even doing much. Red doing a decent job a decent push into National as the surround. Green doesn't have the gold. Green's looking like he's going to be the next one to leave this game. Violet still has the SS, still has, just the gold, the position. He's looking very healthy right now. Still have some pumpers in this lobby. I know that Notes is still alive, Harakiri is still alive, and Fire is still alive. 3 very top players that I know who have a huge chance of winning this game. Navy finally committing to this push. Has some people dropping. Is just kind of going in and going to do a nice cleanup on Lavender. I don't think there's anything really Lav can do. Probably just Diplo at best and just try to get out of here. Yeah, Green, I miss what happened here that made his KD so tragic, right? I think it had to have been SS because I can't imagine he lost all of his units like on the coast here. So I'm just thinking that, good trap from Red. I don't think he's going to get through this. Too many shots going off. He might get the very last. Now, looks like he's just dead here. And then the last gives us the XD, and he's out in about 3 seconds. Spends every last bit of gold that he has, but it's not going to be enough. GG Green. I did not see what happened to your SS. I'm pretty sure it was your SS. But looks like you're going to be out here. Maki-san, I didn't even see this name. I'm going to be honest with you. Green saying that he was AFK. Who knows if that's true or not, but definitely we're going to see the Lavender struggle here a little bit with the amount of SS. But this is a hard place to be. Lav's got a little bit of gold. He can do a little bit of defense, but it's not going to be too effective in the long run because he's going to poke you. He's going to just bring his SS. He's going to park it right here, and he's going to call it a day, and he's going to slowly but surely take this from you. Mint somehow still alive, probably just garnering early favor from Navy when he teamed Dark Green. So you really want to see these SS pushed up against here because otherwise this is a good hold from Lavender. Yep, here we go. Emerald has left the game? We're about to see people eat. Oh, but really, Blue's going to be the only one in a good position to eat because I think Navy's a little bit too busy. It's 1 FF. Maybe he DC'd. Usually when people 0 gold like that, it's a good indicator that they might have DC'd. Oh, that's crazy. That means Blue's really going to get a lot of free land here. He's pushing in. Ooh, that's not going to be good. Not good for the map, but Violet still has a lot of gold. A lot of people dead. 24 minutes in, and the majority of the map's dead. Love to see it. Love to see the action continuously going. A lot of people died when they were small, to be honest with you. Looks like Lavender's not going to be any different. He's going to try to probably take some of this land, but again, Navy now sees that Emerald's gone. He's going to be pushing in, so, Ukraine's going to be a bust. Blue's already got South Russia. It's going to be a bust. Blue asking for peace for Navy. A lot of bad things are going to be happening soon. I think we're going to have like 2 minutes of map settling, the sediment. It's going to just kind of settle under the earth and looks like Lav's really trying to get... Oh, he's going to lose a B ship. That's crazy. That's really unfortunate. I'm not sure what he was looking at, but that's not a good way to lose 20 KD. Yeah, it looks like Navy does finish Ukraine. I'm not sure if he had Poland, but he does take Kaliningrad, might take Lithuania too. Blue is the happiest man alive from this DC. Yeah, this might be a quick tourney, unless these... the players still in the game, I think, are really solid players still. So we might see a really good showing. But again, 25 minutes in, and the majority of the map is dead. Mint looking to grab Turkey. This is going to be really rough. I don't know if he has the gold to take all of this in time if somebody really wants to mess with him. Though Mint, Navy does have Mint as a buffer and as a pirate, I'm pretty sure. So Navy's looking pretty strong. He's got a decent income. He's got, well, everybody else has a decent bank. But again, I think having that ally here is going to help a lot. And I think if he capitalizes, he might be able to get his alliance some more income with this AFK Navy. Lavender looking like he's finishing up here. Blue just looking like he's just want to kill Lavender. I don't hate this. He's gonna feed off this SS. Navy saying Mint take the rest. Yeah, I don't hate this. You kind of want to get people out. I know I said he should have taken up teal, but Lavender has made an enemy of both Mint and Wolverine is out of the game. We love Wolverine. Sorry to see that. Your SS does get eaten up here. Blue taking a little bit too much damage. Red still kind of coasting in. Greenland, and UK. A lot of things happening. Prototype, you might have said this a while ago, but she says Violet feels like Harakiri. That could be true. Violet kind of hunting down some of the pirates, and I believe Harakiri likes to hunt down people. It's a smart thing to do. He expanded really quickly. He had some good pushes, so very true. It could be Harakiri. I kind of have a feeling that Blue might be notes, and then that Navy could be fire. So interested to see how this ends up here. Again, 3 really solid players. Still ready to go. Again, Mint's going to take up all the Middle East from Emerald as soon as he clears all this out. He does get some feed off of this. KDs are looking okay. I think everybody's got positive KD that's still alive. Looking for... You know, I don't think these players really have diploed too much with each other. I could have just missed some things. I know that Red diploed with Blue about Norway, and then Navy diploed with Blue to Belarus. But besides Mint and Navy, it doesn't look like there's any real alliances out there. Map settling down. Looks like spawns are coming towards Germany. Maybe looking for a push on Violet, or maybe just to leave some units in here. Oh, Blue dive bombing into Mint, maybe. That's sketchy. That's a little bit sketchy. You don't want your enemy at your doorsteps to have a pirate, so I do understand this. But if Navy does respond, which he probably won't, this could go south for you. Mint sank sub Blue, trying to get the early diplo in. Yeah, I'm interested to see what happens here. People, Peter Meyer saying, well, that was kind of a dumb game. Everyone leaves and just... Yeah, there's a couple leavers. Definitely. Yeah, one for sure did FF there. Snowballs, he was gray. He was in Africa and he just left. But I think Pettigrew, he did just DC. Because again, we had the good indicator that he had 0 income. As you can see, Snowballs did FF, so he still has his income showing. So sometimes if you see the 0... and they didn't get knocked out of the game, it was just like a random leave. It's a good chance that they DC'd. Blue pushing into Turkey, does have the surround, does have the roar on the troops over here. Mr. HP saying Red and Bio traded some lands and Blue gave Belarus to Navy. So yeah, there was a little bit of Diplo. So maybe, yeah, I don't think there's any clear enemies here. Blue started making an enemy out of, well, obviously Mint, but a little bit probably from Navy as well. Having a decent surround here, doesn't really have the back line. This isn't going to be enough for Mint unless he's hard spending here. It's going to look, yeah, look at this. This is just base advantage, just being able to spawn so many more. He is kind of spawning from his bases in the south, but it doesn't look like it's going to be enough here. Unless, I mean, he is roared. He's got some good healers. Blue only having 2 healers on the board. Robert saying, well, top income was one of the best KDs. Makes no sense if Rima left at least. Yeah, I agree there. Mint trying to do doing a decent surround. Blue popping out the tanks, really flexing that gold. And again, yeah, this is where you get scared. This is where maybe this is no longer viable. Unless you really have a lot of mortars to... He's doing a good combination. If you're seeing he's doing healers and mortars, he did pop out some more mortars there. Healers, riflemen. A decent hold attempt here. But again, you're just going to get out-golded here. His top income, or his second income, and he just is 3D printing these fucking tanks right now. It does look like Mint is targeting, which is good, but Blue is microwing, so it's looking like he's not going to lose anything. Lots happening. well, I say lots happening, but it looks like Red does capitalize on Norway and Sweden, and I don't blame them. You see somebody in South just spending shit tons of gold. You know that they're not really going to be paying attention, or at least not really going to have the gold to defend this. So he's got 3 transports with 4 SS. I'm sorry, 5 SS, and this is going to be pretty free. Oh, and I think this is going to give Pilot the excuse that he needs to come and kill Navy, which again, you want to really wait until people are moving. Usually the first person who moves is the person who dies, and in my opinion, and it looks like that might hold true here because you see Blue. I mean, he's going to lose 2 SS here unless he spends. He's going to lose Norway and Sweden, and he is losing his Baltics. Yeah, it's looking not great for Blue at the moment. I think Red will not push all the way because it's looking like Violet is going min take Crete. Looks like Violet is going to be heading towards Navy. This is going to be a decent push, and the map's busy, so I think what's going to happen here is there's going to be a little bit more poking and prodding from Blue to Mint. Red's going to take some of this land, and eventually Red and Blue are going to piece a little bit. Yeah, we got Robertson gets a chance to hit Blue now, but I think people are scared to jump in. That's true. But I think Navy was too scared to hit just because Violet's right on his border. But again, Red taking the advantage here. Taking the view says Mint fighting well, Blue looking a little weak. Absolutely, especially with these tanks. Like his north is just nothing at this point. You have so much invested in the south, and honestly, he gave it up. So looking real sad down there. He does invest in the SS, which I think is a smart move. It's going to mean that you don't get overrun in Arc, Karelia, which is a great spot to hold. Red doing a solid push. He's kind of pushing everywhere all at once. This did not really take fruition like I thought it was going to. All full transports. He does have his SS here. I think he has a couple more. Oh, I thought he had more. He's full? Only a couple full. Blue bringing up his entire tank fight in here. Peter saying small players have higher KD than big 3. It's very true. I mean, sometimes it just happens like that when the small players, they've been fighting the whole game, and the big players, they just kind of mop up anybody who's small. It does look like these trees are cut down. Roars are ready to go. You got your mortars, healers. Going to be some poking and prodding done from Violet. This is going to be rough. It's going to be really rough, though. Mint does no longer have to deal with Blue, so maybe we see some some Mint help from. Ooh, the tanks. A lot of tanks metas going on recently. People maybe a little bit too spammy. I think I would have chilled. Relax a little bit here. But we are going to see the retaliation just spawning from 1. But these tanks are going to be definitely something to deal with here. We are seeing some focus fire or some splash damage at least. This one just gets melted. It does look like Violet is microing while Navy is just kind of eating the damage. He does do a night rush, but you really don't want a night rush from these bases right here, just because again you see all these knights getting kind of stuck. Night rushing from this base is okay as long as it's off onto the flanks, and this base would be okay too. But again, you really don't want to have all these tanks out in the open without a solid backline of mortars, like you see here. I mean, just the sheer amount of mortars here plus the roar is going to be what wins Violet here. Again, a lot of navies, a lot of knights, coming in. Blue, I got distracted. Navy dropped to 0 gold as he just 3D prints these. Violet's still looking like a really good hold here. Blue looking like he's able to hold a little bit, but losing some tanks. He's probably going to lose some SS here. I don't think these 4 SS are going to be enough as long as he shoves these SS in here. It looks like Blue's going to get tanks dying on each side. It does look like Violet might be microing a little bit better. But again, Navy did commit to this fight where Violet didn't, so maybe that helps him in the long run. The sheer fact that he spent all of his gold right off the bat might mean that he'll win this, even if he's not microing. Hard to tell at the moment. If he just had some roars and just had some mortars in the back, it'd be a different story here for him. Yeah, Taken saying, gotta hope he wins with all that spending. Yeah, I agree, but it's not. Oh my gosh, he defended this. He does pop out a few more SS, which does make Red on the back foot for the SS fight. But it does look like Finland is going to be oh, this is hard. He's winning up on the north side, but these SS are going to make it real challenging for him to do much more. Tanks dying left and right. Violet does end up saving a lot of his tanks. Violet does clearly a good player here. Robert Larson saying Navy no backup line, no roar. I think Navy one of the top players, or not one of the top players. I would have to agree. This doesn't look like a great showing. He did just kind of spend a lot. But again, he had Saline. He's pushing into 4 towers. He's just getting the extra damage. No, he's finally got the roars on this other right flank, but he's not saving a single tank. So his KD is just gonna plummet while Violet stays a healthy, good, positive KD just because he's saving these tanks in the back. Blue does push through on. Oh, this is dicey. Blue does push back on Sweden and Finland. I'm sorry, Norway. Blue saying big respect, trying to do the positive Diplo. I like that, just because if you push this way too hard, I think Mint's going to help. Yeah, so many almost close to dead tanks. Yeah, no, Robert's saying no pullback of tanks. This is really not the great thing against that fighting gold bonus is key. Navy is negative 200 KD, says Daya. Yeah, that's pretty sure. And it's just going down. It's going to get even worse here in a second. He just keeps pushing these knights, so it's not looking like this is going to be healthy for him. Really interested to see what happens here. They're kind of doing a little bit of Diplo. I want my line back you took for me. So maybe if they just do a Norway, blue keeps Sweden, red keeps Norway, maybe that'll do something here. But it looks like a resounding victory from Violet. Again, all of these are really hurt. It wouldn't take too much to throw this out into the gutter, but it's just Navy doesn't have the bank anymore. He doesn't have the. Yeah, I think he's pretty much put everything he had into that push. Daya saying that at the start of the fight he was 400 and 280, and now he's at 1317, which is a crazy mix-up. He is just spawning in rifles. This is a better defense position for him as he has these 4 towers to kind of defend from, but it does look like Violet does see that, and he's going to keep, microing his. Positive Diplo here. Yeah, it looks like they're clearing up their fights. Estonia taken by blue. People. Navy calling for the Mint help, and then immediately he comes. He didn't even hesitate. Navy said something, and he was ready to drop. That's what you love to see out of your pirates. It does look like Mint will be a huge factor into this. As long as Navy doesn't, feed too hard here, Mint could help. Yeah, Robert mentioning that Violet is out of gold. That's true. So if Mint really has a good showing here, he could do a lot to help. T-Winnie says, do we have to sign up for this one? T-Winnie, you can't have, yeah, basically we have the sign-ups. The priority does go to anybody who signed up, but the NA ones don't fill up like the EU do, so basically anyone's allowed to kind of come in here. Mint taking up Africa, I think I saw a tank die here, I wasn't sure who it was. A lot of roars to counteract these knights. I'm thinking, Navy at 70 income still, so that's kind of a crazy push for, I'm gonna say, like, Violet's tanks are all dead. Navy's got 70 income plus a pirate. Like, this isn't looking great for Violet because, although he is the better player, just 70 income's hard to deal with. He's almost double your income. He has a position here where he can just kind of hold. Your tanks are mostly dead over here. This is the juiciest thing I've ever seen. Mint kind of doing a really good push. He is pushing from all. I think I would have liked to see Sicily and Italy be gobbled up with these SS. Violet does have 6 SS in play, 4 up here, 2 up here, so it does look like he's going to be able to eat these SS here. He does spawn more for. Can only afford 1 more SS. This is going to be a decent SS fight, decent tank fight coming up here. Navy doing the right thing, I think, just by poking and prodding, but it does look like Mint's going to be in trouble here. He is microing a little bit better. Violet is going to lose this SS, I'm pretty sure. He does lose the SS. I would just get out of here. Don't go north. You have 2 north up here. Yeah. Oh, he just leaves. Okay, so Violet, I think, a little bit cracked a little bit here. Asking for peace for Navy. I think the push here was a little bit too much for Violet. I think as long as he could have just held right in Tunisia and Africa, I think he would have been able to fight both of them, to be honest with you. But that little slip up really costed him a lot. Mr. HP saying Mid is a decent pirate, led by led by a weak master. Yeah, that is very much true. But sometimes that works in your favor because Navy does seem to be one of the weaker players, and if you're able to kind of ride the coattails and not be enemy number 1, because obviously Navy would be being top income. Oh, some tanks dying from Violet, tanks dying from Navy. It does get the swap off here, so it looks like this one's going to survive. The micro's probably not there. This one will be saved as long as it brings it all the way back. Again, all of these are, I mean, they're getting healthier by the second, but I don't know if that's going to be enough, really. This fight continues. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought they pieced, to be honest with you. Blue kind of just popped a shit ton of SS here. Blue having more SS in the north. Blue looking like he could at least have a decent hold. He has the spawns. The big thing here is that not only does Blue have more income coming each turn, but tank dying here. Blue does have the position to bring all the spawns into play. Again, these hurt. I mean, like here as Navy, you need to be making mortars and you need to be focusing all of these because these are so low that he's gonna have a hard time microing so many of them. Taking the view saying Vio needed that red-blue piece, yeah, absolutely. Just because this is, I mean, you really don't want to see this when you have two of the strongest. Well, I guess the strongest alliance kind of just mopping up everything in the south. Yeah, I'm not even sure how this happened. Both having two different SS fights and a fight in Norway. I don't think I've ever seen this before, to be honest with you. People holding here, people having the SS here, and then also trying to push in. Violet's still begging for Navy to piece. This could be rough all around for Navy. I mean, he is kind of losing ground just because of the sheer amount of tanks, even if they are really low. Mint's pretty much smiling. Navy kind of ignoring Violet. Violet seeing that. Lots happening. Lots happening. SS fight going in. It does look like he's jiggling his little SS here, so that's both of them are. They're both doing decent jobs. It does look like he's going to lose his first one. Doesn't eventually get this red, but this is going to get away, I think. He's a little bit too slow here. Red taking Estonia. Lots of tanks here. I think I would just barrel these in and try to do my best. Does look like the SS fight. There is no roar. You should bring this over a little bit more. But it does look like Mitt's going to have a stronger position here. Not sure if they're going to piece this, but it doesn't look like... yeah, blue and red saying this is going nowhere. I totally agree. Yeah, I don't know what made them not keep this piece in the first place, but obviously they didn't, and Violet's paying the price for it. Some Diplo happening from red and blue. Violet just doing anything he can to hold on to his SS. Lots of injured tanks here. Navy doesn't take the piece, but he's not pushing too hard. I think he's afraid to fight all these tanks, which I guess I would be too after that KD. So he's kind of just cutting where he can. And then it does look like this blue and red piece might be for real this time. Just as again, we have peace. Again, these tanks kind of just eating some things. Again, you want to get these ones that are a little bit more close to death off the front line just because you want them healing. Boats dying here. Does look like this SS fight's going to be... He does pop out another one with a roar, and I don't think these are roared because he just had this port here, so he didn't have anything that could roar. Does take this base from him. As long as he... does see this here. Lots of tanks dying. This is going to be very drastic for Violet as he tries to fight both the tank army and the SS army. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to micro both fronts, I don't think, because he is losing tank, or at least losing health. He's probably going to lose this one here. He is pulling back on the SS as Violet does not have the amount that he needs. Oh, he's begging for help. This does look very tragic. I mean, he has a nice night push coming in here. He doesn't have the SS to fight Mint, even with the roar. These tanks are just going to be eaten alive if he doesn't really do something with them soon. These knights are just going to be enough to keep pressuring and hampering Violet's tanks. And although, oh gosh, we're going to lose this one. We're going to lose maybe another one. And he's just trying to make sure that he saves as much as he can because it's going to be doomed, I think. Unless he can find a home from red or blue. Lose this next tank. He does manage to get it out, but it's got so little health left. You just sneeze on it. It's going to die. It gets back into the fight. It's going to take one shot from a rifleman and be dead. Oh. He's got 4 health, 6 health. Oh my gosh. Still a lot of tanks in play, but it's not going to be enough as Violet starts running for his life. I think that he ran a little bit late. I think he should have maybe gotten some boats and just left. Maybe went to Siberia or something because he's probably going to lose all these. He doesn't really have any ports to run to. Maybe eventually going to get a surround just from the sheer amount of spawns and riflemen. Like, yeah, not a lot of mortars. You really want to have more mortars in the play. Violet slowly but surely losing all these tanks. Pretty good red coming from Mint. Violet giving the frowny face, which I get it. Your KD's pretty good, and you really just got teamed to death. It wasn't even a skill issue. It was just more of a you did everything you could. Though Navy's still struggling. He does not have the gold. I mean, Violet. If Violet could piece Mint, which I don't think is going to happen, I think Violet could still beat Navy in this position. I think we've just seen a lot of mistakes come from Navy, and Violet's been capitalizing on those mistakes. So really, in a perfect world, these two would piece, and Violet would fight and probably win against Navy. But again, Mint's not going to allow that to happen. Wouldn't be smart on Mint's part. Looking to... Oh no. Just telling him to eat the SS? Yeah, Blue, eat my SS. That's really sad thing to see. Really losing all of that KD for no real good reason other than to not feed your enemy. Lots of fighting happening on this map for a good portion here now. Again, all of these die. Violet losing tanks and not really anywhere else to go to them. Mortars are just, these are just so hurt. This is honestly tragic. He does have a little bit of gold. I think I would spend it here and just say fuck it, push into him as best I can. Oh, it looks like Mint's looking for France, and probably is going to finish off Violet here, which is, I think, is again smart. You let Navy take the brunt of the force of these tanks. Now these tanks are extremely hurt. Violet looking for a port. But it's not really going to do much as Mint has a huge Navy coming in. Oh, another tank. He doesn't see this one. It's probably going to get hit. Robert saying, but it's pretty scary to let a pirate get this big as Mint. Yeah, especially a pirate that's proven to have a decent KD and probably a decent fighter at this point. He did fight Blue a little bit. He didn't do a bad job against Blue. And your pirate's now kind of huge. Does get the port here, but again, I don't think. Where do you go? Like, you can't go south because, you know, obviously Mint controlled all of this. Yeah, I'm interested to see where he might go with this. Navy finishing up some of Belgium and Netherlands. Looks like he's gonna take Germany too. He does just straight up trap these tanks and pushes them. Again, there's just nothing Violet can do. This is a real shame. Yeah, I see this a lot, I think, in tournament games where even though you have a standing army, you might have a little bit of gold, no one wants to take you in because no one wants to take the risk of just incurring the wrath of the Southern Alliance and now, which might be a mistake. I think I would take a pirate with this much tanks. You know, he was teamed. Maybe he has a little bit of a grudge. I think I would take this. Maybe not if I was red, but I think I would if I was blue. Just because this could help you a lot in out in Russia. Blue looking to get his boats out of Finland, probably to go hit Mint, I would assume. A lot of knights in here. It looks like this might be trapped. Navy still spent on 0 gold, 13 seconds until the timer, so that maybe, you know, maybe Violet will get trapped here as long as this income comes into him in his time. A lot of these are just struggling to get through here. He does take this base, which does help him out a lot, I think. Blue probably not going to let him in. I mean, all of these are hurt. Yeah, Blue's just going to see... Oh. Mr. HP says, I think Violet needs to go to Russia, and Blue just denying that full-heartedly. He just doesn't want anything to do with him. Again, this is just a death for Violet. I agree. I think he gives me Harakiri vibes. I think he played really well. It's either Harakiri notes or fire, in my opinion. Very rough game for you. You did really well against Navy. I mean, honestly, you did phenomenally. But it's looking like, you know, these tournament games, people do not want to keep people alive. Which is a shame. But, yeah, looks like you're, I mean, last legs here. Still a positive KD from Violet. Which is kind of insane. That's how well they did, even though they fed, you know, 4 or 5 SS to Blue, and then all of these tanks kind of end up going to Blue. He does find the base. He does find the base. He has a little bit of gold. And he's just gonna get run and he's got his little generals. We see a general play, maybe an escape. you know, all these tanks are probably going to go, but Violet does buy himself a little bit more time. Tanks coming out of Ukraine here. This is crazy. I love to see people scrap. You know, I love to see people get out of situations like that. Um, Something we don't see often in like late game tourneys, I don't think, because people are just murdering each other. But yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. Navy and Mint talking about trades. I must have missed that. This is Libya. I'm not sure. There's so much land just kind of up for grabs. We have Normandy up for grabs. France is still for grabs. Talking about Libya, Cyprus, Egypt. Blue just coming in with the night rush. Probably going to try to end off. I don't think Violet. I mean, I've been saying that for 5 minutes now that I don't think Violet's going to survive, but he's finding a way. Mr. HP saying a mistake by Blue because Mint and Navy are allies and you and Red hate each other. Yeah, I think so. I think I would have liked to see, you know, maybe a little bit of land given to purple or violet, but at the same time it's hard because again you and red are pissed off at each other a little bit, and then if you take in violet, you know, you might be pissing off the navy and mid alliance, so that just makes everyone hate you. So uh, I think I might have done it, but I kind of see why he might want him killed. Mint pointing out that violet's still alive. Oh my god, this is so cruel. He gets the base. um And we're starting to see sitting a little bit. This doesn't really count as anything. Blue just kind of hunting him down slowly but surely. Yeah, just put him back on the Nomad. Blue saying can't trust pirates. Sorry, Via, which I get. Pirates are very hit or miss. You just never know what's going to be coming from a pirate, to be honest with you. They sometimes they're the greatest thing ever, and sometimes they grudge and they give you the game, and then sometimes you're about to win. You're at 130 cities, and then all of a sudden your pirate comes with fucking 30 generals ready to kill you. So Violet's saying he doesn't grudge, but we know this is risk. We all grudge. We've done it. We've been there. We've all been hurt before, and then we've all hurt people before. So I understand, but I think I'd love to see Violet in this game just a little bit longer, just because he played phenomenally. And I'm just slowly but surely following this man to his death. I'm here for you, Violet. If I could, I'd hold your hand as you went through this because it was rough. You hate to see this. You did a really good job. You're on Nomad timer. Oh, it's Notes. No, I fucking love Notes. Oh, Notes, I love you. The GGs coming from Mint and Navy. He did do very well. Notes again was the back-to-back winners of this tournament. He won, I think 2 weeks ago, and then maybe even 3 weeks ago. So phenomenal player. We don't see a three-time win from Notes here, which is a little bit tragic. So that does leave us with Heart, Teary, and Fire, and 2 people that I didn't write the names down of. So if anybody can be the nicest person alive and, you know, maybe jot down some names from the beginning and try to see who's left alive, I would love you for a long, long time. See Latvia not being taken. France eventually given. SS from, you know, this is hard. Mint giving some lands away. Or maybe asking for lands, hard to tell. Batman says, wow, I love watching Notes Pirate, the guy's lowest land. Yeah, I actually have never had Notes as a pirate, but I know he's a good player, so having him as a pirate definitely would have helped. Batman saying blue and red are losers, loser mentality. Mint wins this game. Mint might win this game. It is looking healthy for Mint. Mint has a good KD. He has a good amount of gold. He has a solid amount of SS for sure. Plus, you know, Roar here ready to go. Navy's SS are a little bit scattered, and he only has 5 from what I could tell. Yeah, it looks like some trading happening now. This alliance is strong. Definitely Navy and Mint having a bond together. And if this turns into a North versus South, it will look a little cursed, I think. I think Blue going into Mint is a smart play. But I don't think he's going to do it. I thought these things were going to go down south a little bit. Would love to see it. Would love to get a nice little fight here. I think it would be a good play because you just have all your spawns ready here. You have tanks. I don't think Navy bolts into you. I know they're an alliance, but you still, I just don't think you'd see a lot of pushing from Navy if this was fighting because you assume Navy's going for the win too. So yeah, I think I would love to see a push from blue with tanks, mortars, getting ready here, farming what you can, trying to get his KD down because his KD is pretty immaculate at the moment. Navy's still struggling with his KD, never really got that back up. Blue did a nice job. Actually, both red and blue, for how much fighting they did, they still have great KDs. I forgot who they fought early game. Red was definitely fought green, farmed some SS up here, I think. But I forgot who blue fought that made him have such a good KD. So looks like we're still sitting. Like we're still, yeah. Everyone who ratted him says GG. That's kind of true. I think they just respected him because he did fight very very well. And Red asking for France, saying no. I think I would like to see a blue versus mint and a red versus navy. I think blue could really do some damage against mint. These tanks are now coming in ready to fight. Maybe or maybe just putting up a showing because he's not bringing everything down. Oh, round two blue. Oh, that's who it was. I forgot. These two had already fought. Oh man, yeah, because Mint had Turkey and a couple other smaller nations here while he was finishing up Emerald. Blue says not for now. Um, Red bringing up full transports. Yeah, I think we're gonna see a drop. I think we're gonna see a drop into Navy. Although I don't think you get far as Red. Really probably should take up all the ports here that you can. And I don't think you really can push into this. He's gonna have the spawns. He's shown that he's not the strongest player, at least against Mint. So maybe that's what you're thinking. But Blue's struggling to spawn what he needs to spawn here. He's just not putting enough gold into this fight, ironically. Even though last fight he put everything he had into it. Red getting a surround here, might even get this base, which would be huge for him. Great steal from this base, and now he should be just spawning from it. Great surround coming in. Navy trying to get all of his units into the fight. He does have a shit ton of knights in the north. Still has a decent surround. Isn't going to have the backline that he needs to defend this, but it doesn't look like he's really doing the unit composition that he needs to be doing. A lot of tanks coming in from red. I'm sorry, a lot, only 2 tanks. But knights coming in from this base is doing a decent amount of damage here. Looks like Navy's going to lose both of these bases in France, and this isn't going to be held. If Red, oh my gosh, and tanks coming in from Red, it does look like Red does a phenomenal push here, and this is going to be very, very deadly for Navy. Again, losing these 2 bases here, not spending what you needed to be spending, really gets it so that Red can just spawn base, and you really lost your base advantage, because now, I mean, he just had the port, and now he's able to spawn these tanks, these riflemen, these roars, everything he needs to win. And yeah, I forgot you're kind of broke. So it does look like Red's going to have a really good fight here. If he doesn't bring these SS or do something about it, Red's going to snowball for sure. Blue looking like he's cutting the trees here. Probably, he said he's not going to hit Mint, but I mean, why else are you cutting these trees? These tanks are going to be really, really dicey for Navy to handle. Again, another night rush. Again, this is where you don't really want to spam your knights. You have these riflemen who are kind of clogging everything here, right? So now your knights are struggling for these pathing. They're going on the outers, which is where you want them. You want them on the flanks, but that's what spawning in the middle here does. If you want to spawn a bunch of knights, spawn them from your flank bases, so that way they're really doing the damage. See, these ones are doing great things, but a lot of the knights in the middle got stuck. Yeah, Robert saying that you don't really need all these SS in the Southport. I totally agree. They're just not really doing anything here. Maybe you keep 1, 2. The rest should be up north. These tanks really not dying, not doing a lot of damage to them. Again, Navy spawning knights and riflemen seems to be his bread and butter, which don't think is going to be in his favor. Red doing a great push, eventually going to be taking Germany, it looks like, once these tanks get into action. He's going to look like he's going to take Italy. Even the small fight looks like Navy's not doing the best here. He does take this top base, but these units are roared with a decent backline and some backline and some roars and some healers. And yeah, it's looking like a struggle. Blue and Mint still just having that Mexican standoff in the south, not really doing anything. Red does seem to be microing his tanks. Maybe a good solid roar push here, and then this would be perfect if he just hits the roar. Navy does have a little bit better of a line than he did before, but it's not going to be enough as he pushes into 3 towers. Yeah, this is looking dangerous for him. And it's hard to see what's going to happen next, just because, Mint might see this as he needs to save his friend. But that could be a little dicey. Again, this Knights of the Row here, I'm coming in from the north, taking up the north spot. But again, this is kind of a bad spot for Navy to push from. Red does get this little U shape going on. He is probably going to be able to take Austria and Czech. Does go into northern Italy, which just means that he's going to be ramming his units. Yeah, again, this is what you want to be very, very aware of when you're fighting. When you're fighting, you don't want to just worry about unit composition. You also want to be worrying about the position of your units, which, I mean, they're just struggling to get through. Oh, he does take the space, and this is where you spend. If he had gold, you would spend everything you can into here. This is where the actual Night Rush would have been fantastic, because it would have done wonders on this. He does look like he's coming back a little bit. I don't know if that's because Red is trying to feign a loss here. He does lose his tank, which is kind of a little sad to see, because obviously Red could just win this fight if he wanted to. He has the gold, he has the tanks, he has the backline, the roars. If he wanted to, he could just really just dump into us and take it all, but I don't think that's really strategically sound for Red. That just makes it so that you're in the middle, and then really you're in the probably the next one to go. So maybe he's looking to farm a little bit more, maybe he's looking to do a piece. It's really hard to tell. But again, these SS sitting right here aren't really doing you any favors. Some chats going on. Batman saying Turkey wins that conflict. If I were blue or red, I would peace take Violet as pirate and the Swallow Navy. Yeah. Yeah. He's talking about in the Twitch chat, he's saying that Navy's just an alpha position. Yeah, this middle, you have to be a really, really strong player to have this middle, and then also be bordering every single player. Because a lot of the times you just get ping-ponged over and over and over again. And if you're not constantly winning your fights and constantly pulling a positive KD, I mean, you're just in the red basically the entire game. Prototype saying that Navy's the most inexperienced player. That might be true. He is struggling the most. I think that original tank fight he had against Violet, where he spent every little bit of his gold, could have been a good fight for him, but he just didn't make any backline and he wasn't microing his tanks. So honestly, once that happened to him, it was all downhill from there. Red asking for France, so it does look like they're gonna do like a little bit of a piece. I'd really like to see and Navy saying no again. That's crazy. I don't know if Navy thinks that he fended off this attack, or if he's just stubborn. If he thinks he fended off this attack, that might have given him the confidence to say no, you can't have it. But honestly, this just gives me an excuse to go for round 2 and a second farming of Navy. Because yeah, I think I would just spawn a little bit more tanks and then just call this a huge farm. And saying doing the Diplo for him, which is, maybe, I don't know how that looks, but I don't think Navy's gonna get this up. He's got all his SS here. Oh, and here's the roar. Oh, and now he's gonna push in, I think. Here he goes. Another dicey push from Navy, though. Again, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 towers that he potentially could be diving into. All really Red has to do is put an SS here. Does look like he pulls some things back. Blue saying that Navy's a beast, some positive Diplo. At least he has the mortars now. He has a decent amount of mortars. Some of them are kind of going too far into the front line. We don't like to see that. They do die quickly, as we see here. Yeah, I do this a lot. I just have my mortars kind of like too close to the front, and they get eaten up. Yeah, Mint saying he doesn't give up. Blue saying Blue saying he doesn't give up, and Mint saying he needs to think about that France giving. Mr. HP saying I wish I had that confidence in my life, and then Leon King saying tell me about it. Very true. But I think we've all been here too, where we're like, yeah, fuck it, I can do it, I can push this, and then it ends up going horribly because obviously we didn't think that they'd have so much gold or, whatever small thing. Plus, Red's doing a really good job of, I think he's trying to make it look like he's weak, to be honest with you, because he's not really spending his gold. He's just finding a good line for himself, so I think he's doing a good job of faking it. But at the same time, we're seeing the mortars. Mortars win fights. And it looks like we're going to have a death here. Oh, he does swap it, but is it going to be enough? He does get it away. Mortars win fights, and he finally has a good unit composition and eventually does steamroll. Is it a... Oh yeah, Mystique and Enzo are in this game. Thank you so much, Anthony. You're the fucking best. So that means we have Fire, Harakiri, Mystique, and Enzo. And I don't know if a single one of those players are NA. So hopefully Mystique and Enzo are NA, because I'm 99% sure that Harakiri and Fire are not. Leon mentioning Navy's KD, which is very true. He's struggling on the KD front. This is a good fight for Navy, as long as he's focusing on these tanks. He does have some marshals coming through here. I think something people do with the tanks is they poke a little bit too much. You'll kind of go in, you'll poke, you'll run away, but doing that little dance takes damage from you from these mortars. So every time you're going in, unless it's little good pokes like this, like that's a great poke. This is what you want to do. But sometimes people will kind of dive their tanks into this massive army, and they'll take a little bit too much damage, which I think Red was doing just a little bit. Robert saying Blue doing better Diplo than Min about Navy. Very true, very true. Min's kind of telling Navy what to do a little bit, or suggesting to Navy what to do. Again, this is the poking that you don't want to do. You don't want to be taking too much fire from these mortars, because that adds up. I think I wouldn't give it to either. Red can't fight him, Mint can defend Turkey, and then SS topside. That's very true. It does look like this is going to be the next fight. At least they're dragging each other. I like this. I like this for Blue as long as he plays it correctly. These SS are going to kind of come in and probably stop this, but you have a decent U here. You have the advantage. This fight's coming back. Roar. Oh, speaking about roars, he's never going to forget again. Coming in, so this is a good night rush. You have a couple knights coming in through here, and he has a very thin front line, so these this damage that he's taking are mortars, which is very, very, very bad for him, because his KD's already looking a little low, so you really don't want to be wasting your mortars on this on these middle line fights. Bad saying that Red takes Navy for free, which could be true. I mean, this is a big fight that's about to happen, but this is a great front line from Blue, but not a great back line. So we do have this one roared. It doesn't look like any of his tanks are roared, which is not great, and Mint has a great back line of mortars. So he does spawn. I hate the spawn tanks from these bases when they're really surrounded like this, just because it's really dicey. They go fast. But it does look like Mint is going to have like a better line here in total. So it does look like Mint's going to win that fight a little bit more. Red lost a couple tanks, I think, but really Navy's taking the brunt of this. He might lose one more unless he gets a nice swap out at last second. This is where you would tank. I'm sorry, this is where you would night rush a little bit from your flanks. You get a little night rush here, and you get a night rush in the center, and then this is yours. Blue looks like he's pulling back a little bit to his base, which is probably preferable. Bait saying Turkey fights last 15 minutes minimum. Honestly, it might even be quicker than that. They have a lot of gold, but I don't think either player really wants to fight in this position, because they're, well, Blue's doing a decent job as long as he pulls his tanks back, gets a little bit more of his front line built up. This is getting surrounded, so it's not looking too great. Navy pulling back with all of these. Yeah, it looks like Navy's just kind of done. It looks like Red's just kind of pushing it, and Blue getting hit from SS and here. I mean, Mint's doing a great job here. This is kind of a hard push to do sometimes, but honestly, Mint's doing exactly what you need to do. You place your SS here, you put some pressure. I would even pressure this base here if you could. He does get this top base. He gets the Georgia base as well, and this is where you just completely evac. You get all your mortars out of here. Take your mortars out first, take your tanks out, take your Shealers out and your roars, and then after that, or let your riflemen soak up the damage a little bit, and then get the fuck out of there, because it's not looking healthy for you. Lots of things happening. Mr. HB saying, by the way, Navy has more deaths than the rest of the players combined, which is very sad, but he's a fighter at least, you know? He's out there, he's throwing haymakers, he might not be landing them, but he's out there. Robert saying, but Red doing this boring strat when he pulled back and really, not really want to commit. And he says he got most kills also, so he's at least been playing the game. Yeah, I think that one was to Navy. For the comment about him kind of pulling back, it is a little boring. It's a little bit of snooze fest, but it gets the job done for sure. He goes in, he takes what he needs to, he backs up, fakes that he's losing the battle, and that makes Navy a little bit overconfident that he might be winning. And then really, you kind of just spend a little bit more gold and put him into the dirt. all while farming him. Does look like Blue's really, really struggling. Both players a lot of gold. Mint, I think, has been hovering over the 1,000 gold mark. Last time I checked, Blue had 1,300, so he's kind of going into a deficit here, while Mint's kind of coasting with his spawns and tanks and mortars. Mortars don't seem to be roared in this back line. Blue does get the roar, but his line's so thin that it might not even matter here. Red just kind of taking Navy away here. It does look like Navy is... I mean, oh, he didn't even have some of his spawn set, which is tragic. That was his #1 advantage in this fight. Robert saying Blue needs to pull back, which I absolutely agree with, because Blue is just struggling to fight here, and Mint's going to have a really, really good push. This is where it can kind of go back on you, though. This is the part where you're like, wow, I just kicked him out of Georgia, I kicked him out of Azure, I kicked him out of Armenia, I'm going to push him. And, you know, I've been a victim of this, where I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get him, this is my time. I go and push, and he pulls out a bunch of tanks and mortars, and I end up fucking feeding. So I've definitely been there, so it's... this is going to be like definitely a back and forth pull. I think Blue's taking a little bit too much damage. Mint still has this better back line. His tanks are taking too much damage here. Mint's going to lose this one, which is a little bit surprising. This would be a good flank a little bit, but he doesn't really have the support here. So again, Blue pulling back is still the smartest thing to do for him. Let's check out who followed. Barber Blue 95, thank you so much for following. We really appreciate it. Lots of stuff. Oh, Harakiri had to have crashed. Oh my god, had to have crashed. Oh my god. Wow. I'm a little speechless there. Harakiri, probably the person who is best in position to win this, and I think that's our second crash of the day. Once was from Pettigrew, which is Emerald, and then now Harakiri. Harakiri's pretty active in the chat sometimes when he after a game, so he'll let us know if he crashed or not. Because I mean, I don't think I've ever seen Harakiri FF in a game like this, so I 100% believe it was not. I don't think he just left. Either he crashed or power outage or something happened. But God, you're back, Navy. Oh no. Oh no. So then to me, I have to think that Mint is fire. And then Navy and Red are... I forgot who to say it was. Oh, Harakiri in the chat said, yeah, 1k gold crash. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was almost positive you would never leave a game like that. That's tragic, honestly. That's, man. Because Navy does seem like the person who kind of is a little bit bullheadish here. He did kind of do some negative diplo for Red. I don't think he's going to throw the game. That... No, I didn't think you FF Harakiri. I just was super surprised on that. But yeah, I think Navy... Oh man, I just don't know what's going to happen. Blue looks like going to be eaten up by a Mint here. Red coming in and taking what he can, but it does look like these SS are just going to be going north. Red seeing the writing on their walls and just... Oh no, this just looks so fucking cursed. If I was Navy, I'd be taking every ounce of land that I could out of Blue. We hate to see that, Harakiri. I'm so sorry that happened to you. You were doing great. You had some good KDs and some good fights. Really wish you didn't... I really wish you didn't DC there. That's a real big bummer. Red giving Navy some land back in a moment of diplo, which, you know, might be the way. I mean, maybe even give him France too, so that you can focus on the north, while you, I don't know, while you poke at the SS here. Really hard to tell what's going to happen now. I really, really hope that Navy doesn't throw this game. But the two names that are left besides Fire are people that we don't really see often, so you never know what's going to happen. Mint kind of pushing in with his SS. This could be a good time for Red to, you know, maybe establish a little bit of a sea fight. Navy finally seeing the writing on the walls here and just pushing into Leningrad, trying to take some free land. Red taking up Kaliningrad. Yeah, Robert saying this is bad for Red, and I agree. I really hope that Navy does what he has to do. Barbecue Boy saying Navy and Red half the piece, yeah. And everyone needs to take Blue's land. Yeah, look, this could still be a good game as long as Navy does what needs to be done. If he just kind of gives up and throws, I'll be super bummed out. You know, especially because this is a tournament game, a money game, $25 to the victor. Red looks like he's not roared. Oh no, he is roared. That's my fault. But he does have less SS here, so doesn't get the confirmation from the piece that he's looking for. So he's a little bit nervous to take this fight, which I totally agree. You know, Mint has the money. Red doesn't really have the position to do much here. Mint is kind of running away with the game and just taking northern cities, and I mean Navy's struggling to take the remnants of blue. So this is just not looking good all around. Yeah, I don't even think I would hold this, to be honest. You have the tanks, so maybe hold up with your tanks, some roars, some mortars, and then hold your SS here. You do lose UK in the process there, but I think he just has enough gold to kind of do whatever he wants to. So this position, I don't really have a lot of success with this position here when I'm out gold. Mint just cleaning up house. Navy again struggling to take the remnants of blue. Man, this does not look good. Oh man, I'm so sad that you DC'd there, Harakiri. Taking the view saying red probably gonna get teamed up, and I agree. Bro, Navy's just throwing. He might be, you never know. Someone saying Navy doesn't know what's going on. I'm not sure. It's really hard to tell. Yeah, again, this is why I said I like this position a little bit better, just because it's a little bit more favorable for when you're outnumbered on SS, because you can get your land units into the fight a little bit. But now that you're kind of backed up into Iceland, he's just going to take up all of this, and you're going to spend most of your time running away. Navy, I mean, Navy hasn't taken one piece of land besides Estonia. Mint doing the positive Diplo, saying give your ship back. Robert Larson saying Harakiri, UD saying effective for red, which I totally agree. Mint and Navy had some really, really strong Diplo this entire game, and I don't know. I'm not sure what's going on here. Navy really slow to take up the rest of the land. Maybe he's just taking his pirate ship, or you know, I don't know. Navy's bringing the SS. Huh. Wow. This is the things you don't like to see in tournaments. This is the type of things that if Navy really is throwing here, that you know, I don't like to see this in tournament games. I don't like to reward this or even allow people to play again when they pull this type of stuff, if he's going to do it. Because again, these are serious games. We do these for money. So I like to see people all playing for the win. Anthony says serves red right. And yeah, I mean he's saying the right things. Mint's obviously got the most gold, most position. Oh yeah, Anthony, who are you? I don't know your in-game name. Probably were Violet actually. Yeah. Notes. Oh my God, Notes. I love you, Notes. Yeah, and this is where a pirate would have helped. You know, keeping somebody alive just for these type of situations could have helped a lot. Yeah, and mid just kind of coming in and taking out the land here. Svalbard being taken by red. Red losing England, Netherlands, Belgium. I don't know. I don't know what's happening here. Maybe Mint's getting ready to fight. I'm sorry, maybe Navy's getting ready to fight Mint as he brings all of his SS back. All these SS look like they're floating. I think Mint just doesn't have the confidence needed to kind of do what needs to be done. Because I don't think what Red did was entirely like crazy or... Yeah. Oh, he does take in Catalonia. Maybe he's pushing in other places. He does do a night rush, which is not what you want to see. But... oh no. Okay. So it looks like Red's gonna have to do most of the heavy lifting here. Red really needs to push every possible angle that he can, and just use Navy as a sponge, because again, these knights aren't what you want to see. These SS need to get back into play. These tanks need to not be in the north. I would start sending them south again, maybe through with a boat or something. Navy spent all of his gold on these knights, and again, they're not doing really anything on these tanks. They're all bunched up. They're onesie-twosying into this one tank, and that's really it. So this is a huge blunder, but Mint does take some losses on these tanks. These SS are kind of coming back. He's going to split the SS, which is a really good thing for the Northern Alliance now. I'm just glad Navy didn't throw. Honestly, even if this isn't my favorite play, I'm just glad he's out here ready to play. And try to win this game. So
Again, you'd like to see more mortars here. You'd like to see these knights in action. I'm not exactly sure where. He's probably maybe focusing on SS. It's really hard to tell. Tunisia, Sicily being taken by Navy. Some more fighting going on. Navy does lose these tanks. Doesn't pull them back. This is going to be rough for the KD on Navy, but again, Red does exactly what he needs to do, which is basically barreling into every position. I think he should just skip this. Although this farm looks really juicy, like, you don't have the time. There's 90 out of 119. You really need to make sure that Navy can help you against Mint, and if you're sitting here farming these and taking precious time in cities, he's just going to take the south, and I think this is going to be a blunder in my opinion. He's going to take too long trying to farm all these. He's going to take too much damage. He's even going to lose some tanks here. Oh, that's not good. Yeah. And does look like Mint's going to have a nice push into this. Mint also not really paying attention. He does get his SS trap. Navy just not the strong player that it needs to be. Again, I think Mint's obviously a really, really strong player. Red is definitely a strong player. Yeah, this is going to lose you some time. Again, like I said, you really wanted to make sure you didn't lose the health from some of these. This feed almost wasn't worth it, because now, I mean, Mint's going to be able to push this. This is going to snowball very, very, very soon. It's going to snowball. Navy losing all of his SS in the south. Very bad things are happening right now. Bat saying this is looking really bad. Trap the SS up top. Would have won either way. The Navy is the game 100%. This is just really rough. But again, he's doing exactly what he needs to be doing. Mint's still at 1,400 gold though. These need to be pushing more. You need to have the north completely at this point. This is a really, really good trap. Love to see this. The only thing that would make this better is you had one knight pushing in here and you spawn a few more SS to try to get this. This is crucial for the game. Mint is bringing his SS into the north to try to make sure that he doesn't lose as much SS. He does have the money to spend here. This is where I think Red needs to commit, because you need to take all these SS, because yeah, Navy does have the gold. I'm sorry, Mint does have the gold to defend here if you don't fully commit. This needs to be Navy's time, as Mint is struggling to get all these SS here. Navy really needs to take off every piece of land that he can and not feed. Like, now he's bringing up these back units finally into this fight, which is what needs to be happening. He does get this good roar off. He needs to be positioning. He needs to be doing more damage. We need to see. Mint's just doing a great job if he's shoving every single one of these tanks into the north. Some of them getting really low. Navy could hold here because Red's really doing a great job in distracting. I'd like to even see Mint, like, just. I think he's got to reset his spawns, to be honest with you. But these trees are kind of fucking up a little bit. Would love to see this tank drop real quick. This is gonna be a decent farm for Red as long as he micros his SS a little bit better. He really needs to get some of these SS aren't even firing. If you see, Mint has a solid line. Every single one of them are firing. But some of these in the back are just pathfinding at the moment, which is really not. Oh my god. And then we see a little bit of a throw from Navy, and by a little bit I mean quite a bit. But you know, these SS, this is huge. This is extremely, extremely huge. Still a lot of gold for Mint. If we could really get these SS dead, there's still a chance, I think. Mr. HP said, imagine if I was alive in Russia right now. Yeah, I totally agree. Notes would be killing it right now, doing work. Again, this is decent for Red, but it's not looking like it's going to happen in time, as these SS are going to die, but he's going to get some reinforcements that are going to do the job. Navy just losing a bunch of tanks and mortars and everything really into the south. Red taking all of his SS to the north. You know, this. I mean, I have hope because I want hope, right? But it does look cursed a little bit for Red. These reinforcements are going to be tragic. The only good thing is that he might get every single one of these SS before these kind of can do their job. These knights coming in, as long as he can snipe this base, this would be golden opportunity. Navy finally stops pushing on Red, which is important. Again, I would love to see all of these units start pushing into Mint. You need every ounce of gold out of Mint's pockets, and that you only do that by cutting him. Mr. HP saying Navy's going for the win, yeah, but he's struggling to fight these tanks. Now it's reversed. Red's pretty much trapped here. He is getting a couple more kills. It's it's not looking like he's having a fun time here. Navy just completely faltering in mid. This again didn't help Red in any, didn't help your alliance in any shape or form. Red's going to be pretty much full pulling back. He does pull some more healthy SS to the front, which probably isn't going to be enough. A lot of in danger SS here. He's going to get a couple more kills. He's doing a great job of microing, where Mint's basically losing all of his SS. Red's doing a decent job of getting their SS to fight for another day. But honestly, you know, Mint's so close to winning with Navy being dead here. It's almost like you want them all in the fight, even if they're close to death. Leon King saying Navy made me feel pain. Yeah, this is definitely a painful situation. I want to say he's not throwing, right? I want to say like he truly thought that this was a smart idea. And if that's the case, I totally, you know, I'm not going to flame anybody for playing the game. I just think it was not the smartest decision to make. But sometimes when you're in these games, you know, sometimes you don't always make 10 out of 10 decisions, so I get that. The only time I'd be upset is if I truly thought he, you know, was like, oh, fuck, I'm giving the game to Mint, which I don't think is the case. He's still fighting. He's still actively pushing. Oh, my God, and Red's doing a phenomenal job eating these SS alive. Mint saying Navy peace, which, you know, is a good Diplo move. If Navy has proven that he can be kind of tricked into these types of things. But I also don't think he reached chat. So I think, yeah, Navy's going to keep spawning here. He doesn't really have any gold left, so Red is going to keep numbing on these. Both of them just... Navy's the kingmaker in this game. Whoever Navy wants to win is basically who wins. But again, looks a little sketchy when you're on the front foot, Navy or Mint being on the back foot, basically losing SS. Navy cleaning up land. I think I would just give land to Navy to try to make sure that this looks better than it really is. Because again, Navy's nowhere near the city count at the moment. Red is, so again, I would give land away. I wouldn't even defend this. I would 100% just give this to Navy. Let him take what he wants. Get this game in a position where Navy looks stronger, so Navy feels like he has a chance to win here. Because I think as Red, you can really destroy Navy, whereas Mint's going to be a lot harder for you to take on. Lanky says, I mean, it must be so hard for Navy as well, because well, dude, so this is just rough. Wow, Blue still has some people on the map. Because even me, like if I'm here in this position, like it's kind of hard to tell. You don't know how much gold Mint has for sure. Mint does look like he's being slaughtered. And Red looking like he might have a chance to win this, to be honest with you. Bat saying that Navy's micro is too slow, and saying Red goes ports and takes a Navy, and yeah, that could be a win condition. Red looking like he could probably get a last minute win here. Red having 267 gold could probably, and he can't really night rush. There's not a position where he can night rush, but these tanks are going to be huge. If Navy doesn't see this, I mean, there's only 4 cities left for him. Well, technically like 3-2, because it'll be 110 at the end of this turn. Red does see this. Red just barreling into every city that he can, taking good positions here. Night rushing from this position, still has 168 gold. I think you just spend everything. You only need one more city, because you don't need 111 at the end of the turn. You need 110. We're looking at a decent push. Night spams coming in from every direction. Red at 111, which is more than he needs. 112, 7 seconds left to go. Takes up a lot of SS kills. Again, you just sacrifice all these SS. You throw these into here with 2 seconds left to go. And Red with the BM saying easy. Oh my God. It's hard to tell. That was a great play by Red. Red being Mystique. I don't know who the fuck Mystique is. I've never seen that name before in my life. But definitely a Red win there. Enzo saying GG. Enzo was Navy. Fire being Mint. Oh man, yeah. So again, I think Navy was just playing his heart out. He was just doing what he felt like was right at the right thing to do. Mystique throwing some BMs there. Yeah, I mean, an amazing game from all players. I think Fire did a really good job coming back from the beginning. They had basically nothing. They were a pirate from for Navy sometime at the start. Robert saying that Mid needs to do some more Diplo with Navy. Yeah, I totally agree. I think I honestly didn't think Navy was. Or I thought Mint still had some more fight left in them. I didn't think. I thought they were faking it a little bit, but maybe obviously that might not have been the case. So GG's to Mystique Red. If you're in the Discord, please just let me know your information, and I can send you your winnings because that is $25 for you. So congrats. Had some decent amounts of, you know, greatest rivals there. So congrats to you, Red. You played really really well. You did exactly what you needed to do. That nice tank rush you did in Belgium, Netherlands, I think really really helped you there. Those final moments. Um, we had some unfortunate drops, which you hate to see it, but ultimately it led to a red victory. Harakiri dropping in there, we love to see him play. He did phenomenally. Hate to see that he dropped out there with the DC. Notes as Violet also. Notes showing up as fifth, even though he was out a while ago. To be honest with you, I'm not sure. Um, but again, did phenomenally. Just couldn't find a forever home in that fight. But yeah, I think that's gonna wrap us up for the NA game. GG to everyone. Everyone played extremely, extremely well. Bet asking if there's another tournament. We do tournaments. Friday is the EU tournament. That's 4 o'clock EST. I'm not sure what that is. CET if you're European. I think that's maybe 10 p.m. CET if I'm not mistaken. So I probably am. And then 6 p.m. EST or 12 a.m. at CET. Um, we're glad that you love them, Bet. We do them twice a week. Um, no, these ones are $25. If you win these, you get 20. We had one last week. It was for $150. It was our S tier tournament. So if you want to see that, it's on the live channel section of YouTube. Those were our best players duking it out for $150. Great game. Robert saying, don't forget to like and subscribe. Absolutely, please. If you love these games, please like and subscribe to the channels. It really helps us out a lot. Thank you, Robert, for calling that out. So GG's everyone. It was a good game. Good night, and hopefully we'll see you next week on Friday.